I showed you this last year or year before, but it's hot summertime. This is August and it is very warm, and I wanted to show you again how to give your chickens air conditioning. Now, I forgot to do it this morning. We weren't at home, and so I'm going to do it right now. What I've got is a line down there that feeds their waterer over here. But it also, I come off of it with a 1/4 inch line. That's a 1/2 inch line, main line. Come off of it with a 1/4 inch line to a shut-off valve to a mister up here. So what I do is come out here. You typically at before noon, before it starts getting hot in the summertime, and I'll turn on their air conditioner. That is my little shut-off valve, and I just turn it on. And this particular mister, misters have different characteristics as to how they mist, but this one this particular one does a fan shape, not quite 180 degrees, but does a fan shape and covers a pretty broad area. And what it does mainly for them, they don't like to get under it. The young ones will, as you can see, they'll kind of get up under it. They don't care. But the older ones, they just they don't care for it a whole lot. And the wind will carry the mist. You know, if the wind's blowing from this direction, it'll carry it over here, and they might hover over here a little bit. But anyway, it's just a good way to keep your chickens cool. But the main thing it does is wet down the ground, kind of a fan-shaped area here. And then even after I turn it off, they'll come and kind of hang around, kind of linger in this area that has been wet down. But right now, I don't know whether you can see that or not, but the wind is just a little bit coming from this direction. So it's kind of misting. The real fine mist is kind of misting over in this direction, and they are just enjoying it. They know what they're doing. Chickens aren't real, I don't know. They're not real smart. They're not real stupid. They know how to stay cool. Let's put it that way. So I always keep water out for them. That's a little water thing I keep for them, even though I do have their waterer right there inside the pen. I also keep one here outside to try to keep that full of water. And as I water it, I'll also let it overflow and kind of run downhill here. And this area just kind of stays wet for them, and that's what they like. But keep your chickens cool. They will reward you with more eggs in the summertime if you'll do your best to keep it cool. Again, right now I got a pretty good breeze, and it's pretty much blowing just toward that gate. Kind of fan shaped up, but this part that's coming over here is kind of blowing as a real fine mist. The coarser mist is falling to the ground, but the finer mist, you can kind of see it being blown around a little bit, and it's being blown pretty much in this direction. So anyway, just a great way to keep your chickens cool, and very inexpensive way. You can even just tap right into a faucet and just put a small piece of that black line on there, and then or tap into it. Actually, you can just punch a hole in it, tap into it with one of these, with a certain, not this mister, but with some other types of misters that just plug in a hole that you would punch in it. So kind of do your research. I'll put a link below to some misters that I think would work well for you, with some 1/2 inch tubing. And you probably won't have to, if you're just using 1/2 inch tubing. Like I say, I use this to supply as a supply line for my water that comes up here, over here, and drops down to that chicken water. But you may not want that, may not have that. You may have a 5-gallon bucket or something you water out of. May not need that. So what you would want to do would be strictly to just tap into, just put a little short 1/2 inch line on it, punch a hole in it, and put a mister that is designed to go in that type of hole. Again, this one's not. This is designed to go in a hose. I don't want to get too close and get my phone wet. This one is designed to go in a hose. The end of it is not a barb where it won't pull out, so it would not do well in a hose. It would pop out probably. That's what I'm trying to say. So they're over here enjoying the mist, and the other ones, I really don't like it. I mean, they like the result of it. It keeps the area cool, but they don't like to get up under it. I've said many times before, you've heard the old expression, madder than an old wet hen. Well, when they're young, they don't care, but when they get old, I guess they do. So, missed your chickens, air condition. Air condition your chickens. All right. Cool off, cool down, stay cool.